Come on in. Hello, hello, hello. Glad to see everyone that is coming in as we are getting ready for Singles University. I'll give you an update on what's going on. It's going to be an interesting night. And so let me make sure all my stuff is coming on. All right, I need my chat piece. There we go. All right. So go get your friends, go share so we can get this party started. And we'll talk about what's going on. So it's good to see everybody. Come in. Have a great discussion tonight. And then I'm going to give you some other great stuff. And then it's going to be a wonderful night. So it is SU. I need you to go ahead and get all of those singles tied in at this moment because we're going to have a discussion. I'm going to bring some of y'all on screen because I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm going to see some of you that want to come on screen. So you make sure you go right ahead and come on in because I want to know. We're going to have some talking. It ain't just going to be me talking, at least on this first half. It's going to be us. Us is having dialogue. And so I want you to push that share button as we begin, and then tag all of your single friends. Tag all your single friends. Say we're about to have a dialogue. Pastor King is not just going to talk to us. He's going to bring some people on screen who want to be brought on screen. And we're about to have some good dialogue. Yes, we are. I said, yes, we are. So go ahead and get that party started. And let me get my thing right so we can make sure it's working right. All right. Invite your single friends and your single enemies so we can make sure we get this going good. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's going to be a good little discussion tonight. I want to test it out real quick. Stacy Taylor, I saw you. Stacy, what I want you to do, let me see. Let me see if I can do this right. Yeah. Come on now. Okay, here we go. No, sir. That's what I want. All right, Stacy Taylor. I want to try something out real quick because I want to make sure I can invite people on this particular thread like I wanted to. So I want to make sure it's working as we're getting ready to jump in the dialogue. So for those who haven't jumped on yet, go ahead and get them. But now I can't see my little chat piece. Okay, hold on. All right, yeah, I'm gonna send something to you, Stacy, in just a second. I want to make sure it's working right because it's tripping right here. All right, let me try and see. I had to buy another laptop today, people, and so let me try and see if this is working. That one still ain't working. Oh, we got action, boss. Okay, well, just 1 second. I went through all of that, and I had a laptop the whole time. Even though it was broken, it was trying to get another one. All right, so have you shared yet? Have you shared yet? You gotta share now. You gotta share. We doing Singles University. We gotta share. I'm about to get in position, Stacy. I'm about to send you a link because I'm just gonna test it and see uh, if I can bring you on. And it looks like it is going to work. And then I need you all to, because every week, I see some of y'all talking noise, talking about, ooh, they ought to have some of us and da 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 on the deal. Well, guess what? I'm gonna get some of y'all 5 minutes of fame tonight and let you just say what you need to say, whatever that sound like, so we can hear your perspective on this whole matter. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. As soon as I get this running right, we had some technical difficulties. Okay, so here it is. All right, I'm gonna turn one of these off. All right, I'm gonna turn this one down. Come on, come on. Supposed to turn off right here. All
All
right.
right.
Let me
Sorry
log
about that.
out.
All
All
right,
right,
so we
we
should be
should be
about
about
ready.
ready.
As soon as I
As soon
get
as I
this
get this
echo
echo
out of here.
out of.
All right, that one's gone. I think we good. I think we good. Now, I'm really just cooking up this little spot right now. Let me see if y'all can see me and hear me. Click here. Now I can't see nobody. Can y'all see me? Thank you for your patience. Social comments. There we go. All right, now, here's what I wanted to do. All right, here we go. So, Stacy, I want to send you a link. Let me do this first of all. All right. All right. Stacy, I need you to send me, well, I'm going to send it to you through your Facebook because I'm launching to this app and I'm not going to be able to just fully give you everything through this app. So I'm going to need to send it to you through your Facebook. So let me open up my Facebook, and then I'm going to send you this link through your inbox on Facebook, and we'll take it from there. Let me go, Stacy Taylor. Oh, I don't see Stacy Taylor. Let me see. Oh, there you go. All right. So now I'm going to send it. Now I lost myself. Where'd I go? I'm gone. All right, there we go. All right, good. So here's what I need from everybody right now. If you want to participate in tonight's discussion, if you want to participate in tonight's discussion. And when I say participate, I'm not just talking about commenting on the chat. I'm talking about me bringing you on the screen and having a discussion. Now, like I said, we had some technical difficulties, so hey, I'm not going to be stopped. I'm going to get the other piece I have up for you. It should be ready about 7:30, and so I'll probably start about 7:30, just so we can get this part and you can go on about the rest of your day that you've been doing so far. But I wanted to make sure we started on time, and so here's what I want you to do. If you want to come on screen, what I'm going to ask is uh, church marketing to help me with this. I want you to just simply type in yes. I may not be able to get everybody on the screen, but I want to get some people. Now, if you're gonna get on screen, I got about 5 at a time. I can actually get up to 10, but I don't want to do that many. That I'm gonna bring on screen to have a discussion tonight because we're talking about friendship. We're talking about good friends make the best lovers. I'm gonna do part one here, and then I'm gonna give you part two once we finish here. But I wanted to discuss it. I wanted to discuss it, and I want to kind of pick up where I left off when I did the last singles discussion. And the last singles discussion, of course, was about 3 weeks ago that I did. We had the ladies do the last one, and so I want to go ahead and bring some folks on screen. And as you come on screen tonight, we're gonna have a little discussion. It's not gonna be an hour. It probably will, and I probably won't leave you up the whole time. I just might bring you up for a couple of questions. So I need some bold volunteers. So you didn't expect this tonight, huh? I need some bold volunteers who say, "Hey, bring me in on the screen. I ain't scared. I'll talk. I'll share my viewpoint while you are there on in this piece." And so, who are you? I'm waiting on you. I said, I'm waiting on you. And once you start saying you ready, okay, Donna Robinson. Okay, you see me. Okay. All right. So I need you to type yes. And those who type yes, I'm gonna have you on the screen. So y'all getting all shy and stuff. Then I'll just go ahead and get started with my little stuff. Cause y'all talk so much noise. And when it comes down to it, what do you do? What do you do? You do what you're doing right now. You let me down. Oh, Chris. What up, Chris? You want to come on, Christopher KJ? All right, then, Chris. Chris, here's what I need you to do. I need you to type in your email address. Type in your email address. You got to be able to click on this link that I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you a link to join me. All right. I got Christopher KJ. Christopher KJ Robinson. He wants to join. All right, then, Chris. I'm gonna send you this email and you join on in, brother. All right, I got a brother joining me. Where my sisters at? Y'all sisters clam up so easy, be talking all that noise. First person stepped up was a brother. Where my sisters? We said we're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna have a discussion. Come on. I need a sister. Be bold. Be bold. What is that? What is that? King Genova 25 at Gmail. All right, King Genova. Let me do it. King Genova 25. Come on now. All right, let me get you, Chris. I'm about to send it to you. You the bold soul. The bold soul. I can't get none of these ladies. They soft, Chris. They talk hard. It's time now to step up. And they don't want to do it. I gotta mess them and urge them on. King. Come on now. King Genova 25 at gmail.com. All right, we getting this thing, let's get this party started, y'all. King, JUNOVA 25 at gmail.com. All right, I'm sending it to you now, Chris. Here's the link. Here's the link. I need you to click on that link right there, sir. And you should be able to join me. Now, while I was sending that link to Chris, did I get any women who always talking noise that finally want to get on? Where are you? You're absent. You're absent. I ain't got no bold ladies. We're gonna talk about friendships. And I'm gonna throw in reasons men and women have problems being just friends. I'm gonna throw that in there. I want to throw that in there. Because I want to have this discussion. There is Christopher KJ. You good, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, guess what? We got you on, and we can't get any ladies on here. So I think what will happen, Chris, because they always like disputing what men say.
Oh,
That
yeah.
gets them really stirred up, especially single ladies. Like, nah. So when we start talking,
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen is then they want to start chiming in, then they're gonna say that. So they always be waiting. See, I need some women that's just step out.
Right.
What you saying, Cassandra Trammell? What are you saying, Cassandra? You saying you want to get in on this? Because I'm talking about reasons men and women have problems being just friends. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to come in on this, Cassandra, you type in your email address right now, and I'm gonna send you an email with this link. Do I have anybody else? Hey, I want to hear. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Chris got his hat on for you. Chris
Yeah.
is not scared of y'all. I want y'all to say he ain't scared of y'all.
Mm-mm.
Okay, there she goes, Chris. C.T. Watkins Holmes at Yahoo. Well, let's get it then, C.T. Watkins Holmes. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me get you. C.T. Watkins Holmes at Yahoo. Okay. Let me see if she ready. Or she just a noise talker. We about to see.
I'm scared. Yeah.
We about to see. What'd you say, Chris?
I'm reading these comments. One of them said they scared. I know it.
I'm scared. Quit being scared, Jesse, mate.
I know it.
All that noise y'all ladies be talking. I ready to get this discussion popping. I need you to share it. I need you to share it. So I just sent you that link. Cassandra Trammell. I believe that's how you say your last name. And so don't be scared, Jesse. Get up on this, get up on here. And we're gonna have a good time. And then at 7:30, we'll have the lesson that I had prepared for you. So we'll just have a little. Oh, Matisha, now you want to jump on in. Oh, okay, Matisha. Let me see. Let me throw you in here, Matisha. If you want to act like all tough now, you didn't want to get on here now. Somebody else had to go. But I'm gonna send you the link, Matisha. I will send you the link. Matisha 95 METESHA. There she goes. Uh-oh. I think somebody just popped on. Let me put them on. I just sent it to you, Matisha. So check your come on now. Check your piece, Matisha. Cassandra Watkins.
I'm here.
There she is. There she is. Let me blow this up, sub. Oh, there you go, right there. It's about to be interesting. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give y'all. Oh, who is this? Now that's just too many women. Now I need another brother right there. I need another brother. Kimberly Brandon, Diva Fit. I might save you for the conversation. I might add you in just a minute. Here's what I'm gonna do, Diva Fit. Malone. I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link, and I might just hold you for a moment. Wait. Let me get this in here. All right, so it's Kimberly.e Robinson16 at Gmail. All right, let me get that. Kimberly E. Is it dot Robinson? Let me see. Dot E. Dot Robinson 16. Oh, I got that in here. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm putting it right there. Yeah, that's why I'm taking these first few minutes because we're going to get it started. Who was that popped up? Uh-oh, there goes Matisha. Let's join the party, Matisha. There you are, Matisha. You're in here. Hello, Kimberly Brandon. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go? All
We
right.
ready.
So here we go. Let's get started. This whole piece is good friends make the best lovers. People always talking about, this is my man friend, my lady friend, or people always talking about healthy relationships. But we know that people a lot of times talk about men and women. You can be friends with a man, no matter what he looks like. You can be a friend with a woman. But here's what I want to ask: reasons men and women have problems being just friends. Let me hear from you. First of all, let me throw the question out. Can men and women who are attractive be just friends? I'm throwing that out, and I'm just throwing it out to whoever wants to grab it. All right. And I want you to introduce yourselves, and so we can know who you are, and your social security number, and all of that, and then we'll get started. So go ahead. I'll let the ladies go first, and I'll let the last lady go first. So let's start down at the bottom. What is your name, ma'am? That phone. Get that phone. Tell him you on Singles University. Tell him join in. Tell him to interrupt your time. You try to tell your friend hello. So tell us your name, Matisha.
Hello, my name is Matisha.
Okay, there you go.
Hello, my name is Matisha. And answer your question, Pastor. I don't think friends that are attracted to each other can be friends because that attraction going to lead to something else more than friends.
It's going to lead to something else. What you talking about, Matisha? What's it going to lead to?
Okay, you have a friend that's very attractive. You're going to want that friend to be your man. You ain't going to want them to be a friend because them emotions and stuff going to pick up and because you are attracted to them.
Oh, so not just that they are attractive, but they are attractive to you. Is that what you're saying? Because they can be attractive and that's just your friend, but you're saying it can't happen. It can't happen. It can't happen. Okay. All right. What? Let's go up here to the corner. The nice blonde hairdo. Talk to us. Tell us your name. And I want to hear that same answer.
My name is Cassandra Watkins, and I don't think that it would be a wise move to be friends with someone you're attracted to. Again, I did to what she said. It often lead to the wrong type of relationship. It don't just end up being a friendship.
Oh, so, y'all act like y'all talking from experience. It turned into
that's usually the best teacher.
Say it again.
That's usually the best teacher.
Experience. Oh, okay.
Yes.
What about somebody else's experience? I don't want to go through everything everybody else has to go through. Listen, if y'all hadn't shared yet, go ahead and share because we're getting into this discussion. Brother Chris.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are, first, last name, and then give us your viewpoint because I know you got some viewpoints on this. Come on, talk to us.
My name is Christopher Robinson, and I actually, I think differently. I believe two people who are attractive physically and characteristic-wise can be friends. I believe if both are mature enough and set boundaries with each other, then that friendship can be established. I I have experience where if you don't set boundaries, two friends who are attracted to each other definitely will venture off into other relationships. But if boundaries are set and both are mature, then I believe an attractive woman and attractive man can definitely be friends.
Matisha, was it Cassandra? Was it Donna? Was it Donna or Cassandra?
Cassandra.
Cassandra, yeah. Cassandra, what y'all think about that? I want to hear y'all talk because he just said, I don't think y'all right. I want to hear what
I,
y'all have said about that. Let me hear
Yeah,
it.
he said, okay, Pastor, he said physically, but he didn't say like mentally, emotionally, socially. He just said physically only.
Oh, I
Because
put
when it
characteristics.
mentally come in, it's gonna lead to other things that mental with your mind. But you said just physically only.
Oh, I put characteristics in there. Their personality. Well, I should have said personality wise instead of characteristic wise. But I do believe that somebody's physical attraction, it represents something, but their personality is should be an attraction as well. So I did put that in there.
Okay.
Oh, I'm listening.
Thank you
Y'all
for
go
putting
right
that
ahead.
in there. Yeah, thank you for putting that in there because it's say like personality and physical. You didn't say nothing about mentally. Because when you mentally attracted to someone, you're gonna really attract to them, y'all gonna connect. It's gonna be a connection.
I
I
think
would.
motive.
There you go. Motive.
Yeah, I want to hear it. Y'all just up here tiptoeing around it. Get into
So,
it. You
so
about to say
like,
something, though. Go
so
ahead.
like, I think that two people that are that are attracted to each other, are you trying to take it somewhere, or is it casual, or is it, have you discussed the boundaries that you are setting in a relationship? Those are
Right.
some things you have to ask up front.
Right. Set no boundaries. And that's why I say if you set those boundaries up front, then you definitely can be friends as long as both of you. And like you said, motives play that part. It definitely plays that part. Because if you don't set boundaries in any relationship, then any relationship can go north, south, east, west. But if you set those boundaries and y'all stick to those boundaries and it's mutually agreed upon, I believe that you can continue to be friends without crossing those boundaries. I think those boundaries, and like I said, we got to be mature. Yeah, it has to be maturity on both sides because if both sides ain't mature, then the boundary is going to get crossed at any given time.
Hmm.
I
What you got to
agree
say
with you,
about that,
Chris.
Matisse? We lost.
I agree with Chris. He said boundaries. I agree with him.
Yeah. But it's hard though. It's hard, right, to set boundaries. I mean, Pastor want us to get to the nitty gritty, so I'll be the first one to get down to the nitty gritty. It's hard. Somebody physically attractive. I mean, that's the first thing we look at. We got eyes for a reason, right? And somebody looking good, looking good. You're like, oof, oof. Wait a minute.
What's that? What's the old stuff? They've talked to. What's the old stuff?
Oof.
You sound like you about to be a Delta and finish off with the
Finally, what I'm saying? The mind is
what?
created, you know what I'm saying? Beautifully structured, like
You say
my,
what?
you know,
What about
so
those south?
physically, you draw that attraction just because we're human beings, our physical are gonna attract.
Oh,
Oh
it's
man,
just echoing. But
look, I'm about to say, ooh, but nah, but physically, you're gonna attract. But then, like we said, that's what attracts you to that person. That's where you go chop it up. Or let me go get this, let me get to know this person. Let me go holler real quick, and then from there, you start to learn more about their personality, or at least I start to learn more about their personality, more about, like you said, Matisha, their mindset, where that is, and things of that sort of nature. And I didn't get her name before she hopped off. That leads into the motive. From having those types of conversation, now I get to determine is this person, good, is this person even somebody see myself potentially being with, or is this person cool to kick it with?
hold that thought right there, Chris. I got to refresh real quick because I lost some chat people. Hold on one second.
Oh Lord, you lost the chat, people. I don't want to lose the chat.
And I got to plug in my computer.
Look.
I'm back. All right, now what were you saying?
I was just saying, having that conversation really determines the motive, and from that point, you do set your boundaries. But it's hard. It's hard, especially I say speaking it from a younger person's point of view. It's hard to set boundaries, especially if, like for me, if a young lady is just like she really built like that,
You really built like that?
oof. Like, wait, man, how far I want to stretch these boundaries, how far do I want to stretch these boundaries? So it's hard. So, like I said, it takes maturity. It
And
definitely
it's
will
hard. Yeah. And it's hard for like older women like myself, 43, to set those boundaries, because when you is attracted to a friend, um, and you been like single for a long time, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard.
I want to see what some other single ladies out there, how they agreeing or disagreeing, or some single men out there. Let me see you type in your thoughts. So if you want to come on, I can send you a link so you can jump on. We lost one person. I don't know what happened to her. I guess it got too hot. I think she was in a car. She probably lost the signal. And so yeah, what we're discussing is reasons men and women have problems being just friends. Let me throw something out at you. Doing some research. Of course, I've been doing this for years. So here's when you study it. Here's some of the reasons why men and women gave why they have problems being just friends with the opposite sex. I start with the men, and here's where some psychologists have said why men have problems being just friends with the opposite sex. First thing is men mostly do not link sex with love. That's number one. Mostly men don't link sex with love. Now, why would that be one of the top ones? And what does that mean when you hear that a man many times will have a problem being just friends with a woman because he does not link sex with love? Talk to me about that.
Oof,
It's like that's it. Oh,
go ahead. No,
is it
please.
like okay? Is it like friends with benefits? Is that what is leading to? Like friends benefits?
Like, what is that even?
You know how you be friends with somebody and then you get the benefits of it?
You can.
Is it something like?
Yeah.
I just threw it out there. I want to hear what you have to say.
What is even friends with benefits?
Because when you say, is it something like that, Pastor? Because you say you can't link sex with love.
Let me say it again. I said one reason men and women have problems being just friends. One is many times men do not link sex with love. In other words, they don't understand many times the opposite sex and how they are wired. And so sometimes and sometimes they do, and they play on it. But the point is, men don't equate. I can have sex with you, but that doesn't mean I love you. And so I want to be your friend, but not understanding the opposite sex, that this attraction for many women is when I give you, that thing. It may mean that I may be ready for a ring. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now that's not always the case, but sometimes men struggle because it says they want to sleep with a woman and not deal with the consequences that may come because of how women are wired. What do you think about that, Chris?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, all right, Chris, let's be real.
It's real.
I'm gonna be 100% real. that in my experience is true on multiple occasions. Like, I will say, I would say straight up that there is times where um, it is, you know, I ain't gonna speak for men generally. I'm gonna just speak for myself because I don't want to just be blasting out men. Like, I'm gonna speak for me. You know,
Okay.
that's my disclaimer. There have been points in time where it's like, yeah, I don't want no strings attached or anything like that. Like, I just, need the quick pleasure and then move on about my business. You know what
But
I'm
you
saying?
still want to be a friend though.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. If not, then, let's have I'm always big on having conversations about things,
Yeah.
So if before this happened, let's talk about it. And if we can't agree upon it, then, I mean, really ain't really much else to talk about. But linking that, that sex to love is, I believe men, well, at least me, I know for sure, like that, back in the good old days, it was like, hey, I could do the action without putting no thoughts or feeling to it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So so it's like where a lot of times where ladies were like, oh, he laid it down, and I mean that must mean something. No, I'm just good at what I do.
You just do what you do. That's what you're trying to say. You just do what you
I'm
do.
just good at what I do. That don't mean I'm
If
trying
I'm
to
gonna sin, I sin to win. Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna repent for it. Let me go ahead and get it right. You know what I'm
Oh, okay.
but but not necessarily me thinking like, oh, I want to, date this individual. I want to be in a relationship with this individual. It's just like physically, I'm attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeking pleasure, not seeking something like going further than that. I would love to still be connected as friends and things of that sort of nature, but I just really wanted that one time. That one time.
What you think about that, Matisse? As a woman, with what he
As a
just said,
woman.
he want to hit it and still kick it as a friend. How might that? And you're attract. So apparently, no, not always. Sometimes somebody just wanted some, but many times there has to be some type of attraction there. And what you said earlier, as a woman, you said it would. You don't think a man and a woman can be friends, just friends, if they are attracted to one another. And what he's saying is, hey, I just might want to do some physical stuff and not want the friendship. What do you have to say about that, and how would that impact you as a woman if you ran into a Christopher?
Okay, like ran into a Chris. I think with Chris is he don't think with the right head. He think with the
Oh
other
my
head.
goodness!
He don't. He just thinking with his other head, not the right head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why he have a mindset like that. And
I mean,
then,
let's
like
not get
there's women too, when he
down.
do something like
You
that,
know,
women
back
we have
in the good
emotion,
old
we be
days.
attracted to that, but we don't even want no like one night stand. We want it over and over and over again. So, like he said, with that
What you
boundaries,
say? You go what over and over and over
we
again?
don't want that ones. Like he said, he put it down. We ain't gonna want it one time. We want it continually,
I mean,
like
once again, if
continue
you have a
over and over
conversation,
again.
we can have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned, that friends with benefit types of thing. We can have a conversation. I mean, once again, like this is not me now personally. I've been to college and all that good stuff and everything like that. So back in the good days, you know what I'm saying? Like once again, we had that conversation and we on that mutual agreement. I ain't got no problem with laying it down multiple times or whenever you feel free or want. But what I'm saying is if we're going to establish, hey, I want this type of relationship with these types of boundaries. Like I might call you on booty call hours, but don't call me throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that works perfectly with me. That's a bet. We shake hands on it. We agree with it. Do whatever. But it's like, nah, in order to get this, in order to get inside this, you got to be with me. You got to claim me, post me all over
Right.
social media. Certain
Hey,
guys,
hey, Chris, while you talking, your mama want to come on here. She
bring
said,
that
"Bring me
woman on.
on, bring me on."
I
You
tell
know,
you,
if I bring her on here,
bring her
it's
on.
gonna be crazy.
Bring her
All right,
on.
give me Elizabeth. Type in your email address. I'm gonna bring
Man,
you on because you're a
I can
little
tell you.
thrown too. So we can have a conversation. Go ahead, finish what you said.
Who you think I get it from, man? Me and my mama had
I
these
know it. That's why I'm gonna
look,
bring her on here because
look,
Chris,
y'all
my
can I
mama
don't know.
ask you?
Send me that email
But
address, Elizabeth. Now finish what you're saying,
Oh,
Batisha and Chris.
Chris, I want to ask you a question.
mm,
What if someone is in that situation where it's like friends with benefits and like you said, just call one time and you get it done and you put it down at one time, but you want it again. But it's like you said, it's not like boundaries.
mm-hmm.
Do a woman have to set boundaries too? Because like
Yeah.
what you said, okay.
Yeah, I would have to set boundaries. Like we had to set boundaries even in that too, because especially when you're being physically active, we all know that leads to some emotional and mental, even for guys, that leads to some emotional and mental attachments as well, right? Because for ladies, that create. I mean, I can't really speak for it, but I know for ladies, it's like, man, he laid that down. It's turned something on in y'all brain. Us guys, it's just like a little bit, territorial. Like, man, hey, look, I can lay it down a couple of times, but don't be trying to go with anybody else to lay it down. So there are some boundaries, that you do have to accept. Like I said, you do have to set those boundaries. And it's like I said, it's based on the maturity. And there's been plenty of times where I know ladies had multiple friends with benefits. You know what I'm saying? And I was just in the mix. I was like, whoa, pause, player. Wait, I was
Wait. Let me say this. Let me say, for anybody who just joined us, these people are saved who are talking. I gotta say that because
experience,
what
man.
kind of freak show that I turned into? You turned
Christian.
into
I mean, we
a
real
real
too.
conversation
Yeah,
because single people deal with issues. They struggle with their flesh. Sometimes they don't want to act right their flesh. And the only way we're going to make sure that we can honor God in the best way
yeah.
is to talk about it and get on the right track. So just in case anybody just joined us, these people do know the Lord, okay?
Oh, yeah. We
All
just
right.
we just got our
Okay, what you saying?
experiences. We just got our experiences. I say,
Yeah.
yeah, I was in rotation. I was her Tuesday, Thursday call. She had somebody else on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. God, dog, hey, get down with the get down. But we had that conversation. Like I said, it takes maturity. It does take maturity, and also knowing what you want. Obviously, in that point in time, I really didn't want a relationship. I really didn't want to be tied down to anything like that. So it's like, Lord God, forgive me. But, I was just, utilizing the divinity in which he created me in to pleasure the divinity which he created somebody else in. I mean, and even now, once again, it's still a conversation to be had because, if I'm going to lay it down, yeah, you're going to have to claim me because I ain't just going to just continue to lay it down. And it's just like, I'm only your late night lover. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, but I ain't that young anymore now. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about having that conversation. It's all about having that, like I said, having that conversation with each other, setting those boundaries. I think that's the most important thing is having a conversation, setting a boundary. But even when you do that, you can still be friends. Like you said, them
Really?
friends with benefit.
I'm gonna see if your mama believe in that. Hello there, Elizabeth.
Mercy.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I am doing
With
wonderful.
all this. Say what?
I said I'm doing great.
Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get something straight here.
All right.
I don't know who this is. I'm trying to get that out. My people from yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna let that pass. Somebody put some weird stuff on there. All right. So if my people from church streaming could help me out with that long deal that's not on topic, that'd be great. All right. Now, as we look at this, Elizabeth, we're talking about reasons men and women have problems being just friends.
I
And the
hear you.
question, and so the first thing we were talking about is men, don't, well, not all the time, but one of the challenges that men have is not linking sex with love. And many men are stimulated by sight and touch. And so that makes it a little difficult. But now it's not saying women don't, but I'm just dealing with the men part before I get to the women part. Because I ain't gonna get no help. if I just start talking about women. So go ahead, Elizabeth. Let me hear what you have to say.
Okay, I believe that, and I understand that because a lot of time for men, sometimes that's their language. So when they see you, they're not seeing your brand, they're not seeing your characteristic, they seeing what you're working with. So a lot of time when they see what you're working with, they want to get with that, and
You won't get with this.
they want to get with that. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I heard Christopher said is that after he check that out, he have a sit down talk, then he get to know what you about, and then he make a decision if he just want to hit that or move on with it.
Okay, you froze up.
And I believe that's a lot. That's a lot of men now. Are wired that way. I'm not saying every man, but a lot of men are wired that way. That's because they visual. They are visual. From my experience.
Okay. Cool. So let me throw this one in about women then.
Bring it.
The research shows that many women have problems being with men because of what you're talking about right now, because they see love linked with sex. Let's talk about that.
All right. So I'm not a.
What does that mean to you?
I wouldn't be a good representation for the women at this point. Because
yeah, why not?
I think Chris, I think too, women, we it's tied in because we sometimes lust a lot.
Women lust a lot.
Well,
you just testifying. What are you doing? You're blaming all women. Matisha, you're just talking about yourself. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Bold a lot. That bold.
Now, because he's
for me,
big fun.
Okay, for me, it's really the bottom line is I'm no different. Sometimes I have some of the ways a man think. It's like when I see what I see, I like what I like, I want what I want. And a lot of times I don't have no emotions attached to it. I just want that what I want and I move on. Sometimes
it's just a transaction for you, huh?
It was a transaction.
That's how you just put it. You just put it, hey, 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 young Slim, and you go do what you got to do. It's nothing.
What you working with?
Okay, so it's just a transaction. So you say that's why you say you wouldn't be the typical woman, when in most cases today, especially it ain't just the game has changed a whole lot. Well, a lot of women are doing what men have done for so long, and why is that? And how does that interrupt supposed friendships with men or with women of the opposite sex?
Okay, because one of the things I did agree with maturity, because I do believe you can be friends, because I am friends with some attractive men, and I do. But the bottom line is, what affects it is the fact that when you get those physical emotions attached, tied up, then you can't see the other stuff, because the emotions are really. Because when I see you, if I'm just up, if I'm tied to you, physically, I'm really just thinking about you all day long, how your lips moving, what your eyes looking like, what you dress like, what I can get with. So
Matisha over there praising you like she is church. Come on. Yeah.
I agree with her. I agree with her, Elizabeth.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I agree with her, Pastor, because with someone just like their physical attraction, you could just be like at work and he all on your mind, and you could just be laying in your bed and he all on your mind. It's just that attraction is kind of hard to get off a little bit.
But what if the dude just wants to be your friend? Because we talk about the topic is good friends make the best lovers. What if his route is actually he really wants to be a friend, and here you are laying all up in the bed talking about, let me see what you're working with while you at work or whatever. How can you be a friend with someone like that? Can you? And I think Elizabeth said she can. It's a maturity thing. Yeah. Can you, Matisha?
I can, Pastor. Just a lot of communication.
Communication. That sounds like that's what's messing you up. The communication. Because when you're talking
Yeah,
to him, it's making you
yeah.
want him some more, right? I'm just asking the question.
The communication and like spending quality time with him can kind of help develop friendship.
Quality time, how? Because this is. 'Cause I got a
Ooh,
whole lesson on this,
that's gonna
but
get you
I
in
just I'm throwing the things
Uh,
out. So when
like
you say
trouble.
spending quality time,
That's
give
gonna
me
get
the
you in trouble.
places, Matisha, that will help
it could be
you
like at a
build a friendship without, you know, uh, just having a get down, throw me down, show me what you're working with session, and then trying to recover every 2 weeks after a long fallout. So tell me
it had to be at a
what that looks like.
it had
Because
to be at
this
a
how it
place.
goes. Y'all know how this goes.
Yes.
Especially if you like
Yes.
it. It's like, oh, I done said 8 days straight. I need to repent for the next 6 months. And we pass out and do all that. You already know that. All right, so
Yeah.
talk to us. What does that look like? You say you want to be a real friend.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. It could be like a restaurant or at a park. We can hold where we're not gonna hold hands, but just to be at a place that is like peaceful, that we can just talk.
Okay, just
That's
talk.
the place.
But let me ask you this. Matisha, and you ain't gotta go all in your business, but Matisha, I want you to ask it's you. Have you ever seen somebody just saying he's gonna go to the park, go to a restaurant, but then they end up going back to that bed? I'm just asking the question because you said, or they don't even make it to the bed, they make it to the car. All right, so how when you have this attraction and somebody threw the word boundaries out there, what kind of boundaries talk about? Because knowing who the person is, you got to know you, and you got to know what you can handle, and you got to know if you want to really make this work. So talk to me about that. What do you do if you still feel you about to mess up a friendship that could develop?
Um,
Chris, you can talk too. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there for everybody that's on there.
Uh, no intimate setting.
uh,
What you say?
No
No
intimacy.
intimate setting. We ain't finna be at no
right.
house. We ain't finna be at a restaurant where the lights are dim and everything like that. We're not finna be in no intimate setting where a conversation can turn to another way.
You're not gonna do that.
No. Now if
And
they
then
want
Well,
to be my
the
friend,
language, and then the
the
talking
what
has
now?
to change. Like I would have
Talking
to
has to
talk to
change.
him loud. It can't be no kind of like uh the talking and the body language have to change.
What do you mean by that? I'm not getting you.
Every time I'm with him. Like the talking where I be talking like mature talk. Not just
Mature
looking at his
talk.
lips, his eyes. You know, I had to look at a wall or something. I can't look at his lips and his eyes
You
and
gonna be
stuff like
and
that.
not
I
even looking
gotta
at it.
imagine. Gotta imagine like look at the wall while I'm talking.
You need a Bible. That's what it sounds like you need. You
Yeah.
need a
Man,
Bible
nah,
and you need
The
communion
pastor's
on the
been
table.
8 years.
You
It's been
don't need
eight
no
years.
wine.
nah,
You don't need
but,
nothing. Now,
but
and
let's talk
I'm
about it.
messing with you because and we have this conversation because this is a real deal. People say they really want to get to know each other. They really want to have a friend, and they really want to make it, a positive situation. But especially, just depend on who you are. You got to know what your strengths are. You got to know what your weaknesses are, and you got to know, here it is, what your goals are.
Yeah.
yeah,
If
that's it. Straight
if
facts.
we talk about scripture, it says, my people perish for lack of knowledge, for one, but where there is no vision, the people perish. So do you have a vision for your dating life?
Yeah.
And when you have a vision, do you have a strategy in order to help that vision come to pass? Because if you don't have a strategy, uh, if you don't know your strengths, your weaknesses, if you don't know, here it is, that they have strengths and they have weaknesses, but if the goal is just to kick it, then you're going to get what kicking gives you.
That's it.
If the goal is to have something more valuable than that, it still doesn't exempt you from struggles that you may have, but you will have more wins than losses because you remember what the goal is. And many times we got to recognize a goal is worth a sacrifice.
Yes.
So what are you willing to sacrifice now in order to get something greater later? Okay. And I think that's the thing that even if you do struggle in your mind and with your flesh and whatever it is that you're dealing with, you have to remember goals, you have to remember visions. Somebody want to put their wig on. Dee says she want to put her wig on and get in this conversation. so we're gonna bring you on, Dee, with your wig. Dee with the wig.
Yeah.
Go ahead while I put it on. Go ahead. I'm listening to Matisha.
I said, Pastor, you helping me tremendously because I've been single for 8 years. So I haven't been on no dates and stuff like that. So I'm just talking from my past experience. So
you ain't been on no dates, huh? So you ain't been on no dates.
I haven't been on no dates.
Never mind. I'm leave it alone. What you say? What you say?
I haven't been on no date.
You ain't got
I haven't been on no date.
To be doing some other stuff. That's what I say. You got to call it a date. Yeah. Y'all try to use these words.
Yeah. We trying to be pregnant.
You know I'm grown, right? You know I'm grown.
I ain't been on no date. Yeah.
What you got to say about that, Chris? What you got to say about what I just said? You and the listener.
I think she's still there. I think you're right because all that if I'm attracted to a young lady and I wanted to be more than friends, I'm not doing no walk in the park. I ain't sitting in no restaurant. I'm not doing all the playing around. No, I can't. I just can't. I have to set those types of boundaries because I'm gonna utilize everything I got to get what I need. I mean, I'm a good looking young man, so ain't no way that I'm not gonna come out my shirt. Ain't no way I'm not gonna look her in her eyes or lick my. Ain't no way. You walking with me at a park, I'm wearing the gray sweatpants. Cause you gonna see me. Ain't no way. We in a restaurant. You getting the lobsters, the crabs, the steaks. Ain't no way. Not holding hands. Oh yeah, we gonna hold hands for real. So I'm talking about you gotta really be honed in to set no boundary. Really honed into.
So you talking about all these violations that if I hook you and Matisha up, we gonna be in trouble because she got all the issues.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying. If that was the case, and you're dealing with a woman who is trying to, because once again we're talking about goals,
right?
What is your goal? And sometimes you have to look at, okay, if all the behaviors I'm doing, how is it impacting the other person?
Right. I think that's where the conversation come in, Pastor.
No, but I'm saying, how's it impacting the other person? You want them to be attracted to you. Okay, we know you pretty Ricky. All right, so we know you pretty Ricky. You like your shirt off and all this. But I'm talking about somebody you really want to be with, and you got to know what they can handle.
Right.
And so it's, if you have a goal of wanting to be together, you have to say, hey, what would be the sacrifice I'm willing to make so we can make the goal? Maybe I don't take my shirt off as much. You see what I'm saying? If we struggled in that area, you got what I'm saying? Maybe I ain't licking my lips so much and doing everything sexual that I know it's going to do all that, because there's a natural attraction to a person. But then okay, well I sent the thing to you, Dee. So check your email. And so we got to look and say, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Right.
But is this the best thing for me? And is this helping us reach our goal?
Right. So I think,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if we had that conversation at the end of the day, it's just like, if we had that conversation at the end of the day, she's like, I really just want to be friends. Then once again, I have to, like you said, Pat, I have to look deep down myself. Is that person, how do I value that person? Do I truly value that person? Where it's like, do I want them in my life? Because if I want them in my life, then I'm gonna push back, like you said, take off the shirt, probably not taking the shirt off at all, not licking a lip. Like I'm going to do what I need to do, make those sacrifices to help that person, and we could just stay friends. I'm gonna sacrifice my wants so that we could be friends based off of what we truly discussed in that conversation.
Well,
Because
Dee just joined us, so I want to hear what Dee had to say.
look at her, look at
Come
her.
on, she got a wig on. She said
Yeah,
she's ready. And she's ready to talk.
I got
Let's go,
out my
Dee.
bed from
Do
watching
it,
my
Dee.
movies to talk to y'all. Y'all
Let
need
me hear
to
you.
stop out and line.
Speak up a little bit more, Dee.
I said,
What
y'all
line?
need to stop out and line. You
Okay, go
cannot get
ahead.
no friends. That's a lie.
Nah.
That's not true.
It's a lie.
Hold on, let me
because,
explain. Let me explain.
well, I put it like this. The only way you can be friends is probably after you have went there and now you just decided you're not going to be together and now you can be friends. He got somebody, you got somebody, and y'all just friends. But you truly ain't friends because you truly can't be honest with each other. You can't share everything. So it depends on what is your definition of friend.
I think I think that's not true. I think also, like, because I have friends that are attractive. They're very attractive, and I know I'm attractive, but yet we haven't did those things. We talk. We have like real discussion. We have real talk because once again we set those boundaries. Now, once again, in our minds or whatever, I can't control somebody's mind. They can't control mine. But if we're really friends and we really had that conversation and we're mature enough to value one another, then it, like Pastor said, if we have the goal in mind, then we're not going to cross those boundaries. We're not going to cross those boundaries.
You're not going to cross them, or will you have trouble not crossing
I mean, even Jesus was tempted. You
because
know
we
what
got
I'm
to be
saying?
honest.
Look,
We got to be honest
Jesus
with
was tempted.
where we are. So go ahead.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. For me, once again, I do have males that I'm friends with and never went there with them. But it did take time. I had to mature in that area because I also know that I'm a sexual being, very a sexual being. Who I am, I could just look at you and there's an attraction because I could draw you to me. But I had to learn to mature in those areas to kind of tone down the things that will hinder me having a real relationship with the opposite sex. And yes, I do talk about all type of things with the opposite sex as if I was talking to my homegirl. So we have talked about sexual things. They have told me about things, relationships and things like that, vice versa. And so we talk as if we're really cool, we're really homies. So you have to get to a point in maturity because you have to go into it knowing what you really want. And like I said, it wasn't easy, but it took me years to get to that point. From 2013, was when I made a decision that I was gonna value friendship, relationship versus anything else. That took a stronger role in what I wanted out of relationships. And if anything developed, that was a choice, that was a conversation. But just to go into it now, just being sexual like that, no. I want real relationship. It doesn't matter if it's the opposite sex or the female, but I'm who I am. I'm unique. So that's what that is. And I believe, like I said, for me, I'm already doing it.
And
So
like you said, it did take maturity because I'm not there now, but I was there. But the guy I'm friends with, it's like we always reflect on back on what could have been.
yeah,
But because he went on, and had his life, we still say we friends, but really we not because we can't completely be honest with each other. And
When you say can't completely be honest, break that down for me, Dee.
he can't tell me his whole life story because he did go ahead and he's married now.
Mm-hmm.
But we still call ourselves friends. And I put myself in that position, which I took myself out of it a long time ago, but we don't cross those boundaries.
So you
But
saying you crossed the boundaries when you
he,
said you wanted to be friends and build something else, but then
before he
you,
was married.
yeah,
Before
I
he was
got you.
married, yeah.
She said, just make sure I
Let
Hey,
me
look,
put it
clear
wrong.
that up in case
No,
anybody
so
watching.
I'm just trying to follow your story. So you met a guy, y'all said y'all wanted to get to know each other, right?
Right.
And you said you were going to be friends, but you crossed the boundaries And then afterwards, you cross the boundaries. That's when the friendship kind of developed. But it developed to the point where he wasn't the person you married. He married somebody else. Is that what you're
Yes,
trying to say?
but that wasn't a bad thing because the only reason he married the other person is because I didn't want kids. And she was gonna have kids, you know. So he went on with his life, and I respected that. But in that, I'm the one who suffered emotionally. So it took years before we even talked to each other. It wasn't a negative thing or anything. But once we started talking, we could reflect back on what happened. And we became friends like that, but we truly are not friends. I mean, we say we friends, it's part of our life, but the other part we not.
So let me say it like this. Even though he's married, would you trust yourself in the same room with him alone if y'all just met each other? Well, if you just bumped into each other, let's say on a business trip, and it was just you and him, and y'all had time to spend with each other, would you trust yourself with him in that situation?
I trust myself. I don't trust him.
Listen,
I
I
trust
got you.
myself. I put it like this. I trust myself 99.9%
With him.
with
But you
him
got that
because the
1%.
bond is so strong
you got
because of
that.
our friendship.
You got that
The
percentage
point
point
one.
right there.
But
You
that
got that little.
1%,
See,
I
but
don't
you
know.
honest with yourself though. See, but
Right.
what you just said though is very important. And what we're talking about is you got to know what to put around you and what not to put around you, what circumstances not put yourself in when we're talking about this whole men and women being friends. Because remember, I didn't just limit this to a single woman and a single man. It could be a
Right,
single man who says I could just be friends with my attractive married friend
right.
and vice versa. And so here's what we got to look at this. This is how stuff usually gets messed up. So let me throw something else at you, and I will give you about 5 more minutes. So number one, we talked about not understanding the opposite sex is why men and women many times have problems being just friends. Here's one about men. Why men uh struggle is, let me see. Oh, I'm gonna throw the women out there. Let me show you.
Wow.
Dreams of love. I'm come back to the bed. Dreams of love. When a woman is with a man, is it hard, ladies, to just be friends with somebody that's of the opposite sex because you start dreaming of what you could be or what you could have, that it interferes with the relationship of the friendship piece?
You might, well, for me, you might think about it, but it's like you'll have a brief thought maybe, but sometimes you just know that's not the one. But sometimes you do have a brief thought for me.
So have you ever ruined a friendship because your dreams of love or what it could be got in the way?
No.
What about this last
No.
dude you're talking about? What was that? What got in the way of that?
The only thing was I didn't want kids. That was it.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
talk about that all the time. I didn't want kids. I mean, not that I already had a child, so I didn't want kids at that time.
All right, Chris. Has a
So
woman ever run you off in a sense because you were really trying to be cool with her, and you might have thought about talking to her one day, but you were being friends, but she started talking all this love stuff. Have you ever been run off by a woman with that?
his mama laughing, so
His
she
mama
knows
laughing. There
something.
must be something to that.
She knows
I
something.
ain't
Yeah,
asking no
I,
name. I'm just asking, has it happened? I'm just
it
trying to see if
happened
it's
on
something.
it's happened on multiple levels. After we done had that conversation, we made agreements, you know what I'm saying, and things occurred, things happened, and then all of a sudden what we discussed is not, you know what I'm saying, what we discussed is no longer what we are, what that person was acting on. And it's like, wait a minute, we had this conversation, we had this talk, Now you act a little weird here, you know.
It was just a talk. People tell you what you want to hear.
No, see, look, and once again, that's why I said you got to have that maturity, because it's like when we had that conversation in a little bit more detail, she had a man. She had a man. And I was like, that's perfect, because I had a lady. Cool. But I'm in college. So it's like, cool, we just gonna do our little thing. You can have your man, I'm gonna have my lady, we do our little thing. And it'll be
What's your little thing, Chris? What's your little thing you talking
It's
about?
so
You
good.
gonna do a little thing? What you
I'm
talking
laying
about?
it down. I'm laying it down.
So basically,
Right?
y'all gonna cheat on the people y'all with. That what you trying to say? You
Man,
gonna
yeah,
equally
we
cheat?
did
You
that,
made
you
an
know,
agreement.
man.
Is that?
We,
I'm just asking. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, we did that, Pastor. We did that.
Oh,
We
okay. I'm just
agreed
asking.
So, Chris, with that being said, that really wasn't your friend, because you wouldn't have had your friend do something like that. So
Well,
it's
hold on.
all about the interpretation of
But,
friend.
but listen, the question was, have I been ran off? And one situation is like we discussed, hey, we're just gonna be those people with those, with benefits.
Benefits.
And then all of a sudden, you banging on my door from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Well, I got somebody
Oh,
else.
you remember the time, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, hey,
That must have been
Paul.
a good friend. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
And I'm just like, wait, Paul, we done had this discussion, we done had this, and then you introducing me in front of you introducing me to your man as if I'm your man, and it's like, well, can we just be something or what? Whoa, slow down. I mean, that ain't what we discussed. And another latter part is I was friends with a young lady. Me and her were both single. I was friends with a young lady. She was like, I just see you in this role of my, I just see you, like this. I see us doing this, see us doing that. And I'm like, I don't see that. I
Facts. Facts.
I don't see
So that's
that.
that dream of love piece.
Right. That's that dream.
So talk to me about that. When did she ruin it for you? Talk to me about that. When she ruined it for you?
She ruined it for me when Lord have mercy. She ruined it for me when she showed up to school. Lord, like she showed up to school wearing, she had stole my jacket. She stole my jacket. Came to school in my jacket, wearing my football number and everything. And like a ring on her finger. Like, Paul, slow down. You know what I'm saying? That's when I had to go ahead and cut it off completely, like ghost her completely, because it's like, yeah, that's a little weird. I done already told you I don't feel like that. We didn't discuss doing anything. We haven't done anything. Never discussed doing anything. It's just the simple fact that we were friends, and I'm a good friend. Like I talk to you, and I'm there, and that sort of nature.
You're available 5 a.m. to 9 a.m.
What are my hours read from the Bible?
I wasn't available. Obviously, she was available, banging on my door. but like seriously, if you call, say, hey, I'm a, answer, talk, like I'm really a good friend. If we say we're gonna be friends, I'm gonna really value our friendship. But she ran me off because, she was trying to push her dream of love on our friendship, and I'm like, hey, nah.
Yeah. I've been ran off also.
You have?
Because men's had that dream of extra also. And when you
Have
just
a dream of what?
being
Extra.
more than what you are, extra.
Oh, extra. So talk to me about that.
Once again, I done had multiple conversations. Once again, I'm a good friend. Also, I'm a friend that's gonna be there, conversate, lift up, encourage, or whatever. It doesn't matter. What it is. I'm that friend. But here it is. When you start seeing more than that friendship, still seeing me as your homegirl or your sister or whatever, and you start seeing me as a significant other when we already done had that conversation, then I got a problem with that. Don't start talking about acting like I'm your wifey when we ain't on that level. That ain't what that is. We ain't touched, we ain't done none of that. I ain't even gave you the look. So
Not the
you know,
look.
the look, baby. I got
He
the
didn't
look,
even
baby.
get the look, huh?
You ain't
He
got
didn't
the
even get
look.
it, and he
So you
just
No,
want him to
3
stay? You
seconds,
want him to
son.
stay
3
in his
seconds.
place? Don't jump out the friend zone.
Don't
jump out the friend zone. I understand what I am, but don't jump out that friend zone. And I done had married friends who went that way. And my whole issue is, if you were single when we were friends and you got married, then guess what? You ain't just my friend. I respect that relationship because I pull back a little bit because of the relationship, that marriage. And if that wife is not okay with a friendship or okay with me being their friend, also I back up. And if you don't respect your marriage or your relationship, your wife, enough to keep that in a positive area, I'm gone. Because once again, I'm your friend. I ain't your side chick. I ain't your side piece. I ain't none of that. I'm your friend. And once again, you ain't got the look. I never gave you a look. So move on, partner.
Well, I can dialogue with y'all crazy people all night. but this has been an interesting discussion. I would have closed it like this, because like I said, some people jumping out like, is this church? Yes, it is church. This is what we have to deal with on some real issues. And we were talking about good friends make the best lovers, and it was the part one. It's kind of like the discussion reasons men and women have problems being just friends. We do recognize everything we talked about. The main thing we need to always think about is, what does God think about this relationship? What does God think about our interactions? How can my interactions with them be so that I enjoy them, but also God can enjoy watching us?
Yes.
And see, when we think about those kind of questions, how can I interact with you where God can enjoy watching us? Because now that challenges in so many ways, because there are things we like to do that we like God just turn your head for a few times.
See, that's
And
where that 1% came in.
we'll get this straight. Say again.
I said that's where that 1% came in. That 99
I
is
got
God.
you left it there.
God watching me on that 99, but that 1% when he blinked.
That's it. And you got to know what you are, what you can handle, and things of that nature. Listen, like I said, tonight I really wanted to, but we had some technical difficulties. And I'm glad it worked out this way, because honestly, with Singles University, the whole vision has been to, like I do the lesson or do the group, and then everybody that's online and watching. Part two phase of that was doing what we're doing right now. We would watch the whole piece, and then we would have a Zoom where everybody could come on and discuss it. So tonight kind of just opened up that door to move it a little faster. But I do have a lesson on this that I was going to play tonight. And so I know we already been on here tonight, so I may save it for the next one, because y'all have really shown out.
Okay, I got a suggestion. After you do your lessons, you need to have a speed dating.
Yeah, that's
For
a
these
good
single
one.
folks. You train us and then let us try what you try.
I'm trying to protect you and your 0.1%. All right,
My
that's what I'm trying to do. No, I'm messing with you. So listen, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. I would save the one I had for tonight because it's conversation. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the one I had for tonight on the next time, and then what we're gonna do is I'll bring y'all on to have a discussion about that. Is that cool? Because like I say, we just gotta have people flow through. That's kind of want to do. Just grab people offline. I'm gonna send you a link, and then we just go in. So thank you, all of you, for joining us tonight. Listen, y'all share this with somebody because this conversation was needed. It was real. I'm praying for you. I am so glad that we had this time tonight. So y'all be encouraged. Now I gotta go take out my wife, because she was with patient with me as working through all this. So I gotta go treat her. It's date night. So
That's
y'all
it.
be cool.
There you go.
Love y'all. Be encouraged.
Thank you.